In every age, men have wondered, how can I understand others? How can I see through masks, pierce beyond words, and truly read the soul of another? Most look for tricks, a clever question, a secret glance, or some hidden signal. But centuries ago, one man mastered this art not with deception, but with wisdom. His name was Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king of Rome. Today, we step into his world to learn how he read people instantly and how you can do the same. The philosopher king, Marcus Aurelius, was not like other emperors. While many rulers bathed in luxury, he often slept on a simple cot. While others drowned in pleasures, he filled his nights writing quietly in a small leather-bound journal that would later become his masterpiece, Meditations. To his people, he was a ruler. To his soldiers, a commander. But to himself, he was a student of life, always learning, always observing. He once wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." This habit of deep reflection gave him an extraordinary gift, the ability to read men's hearts as clearly as others read words on a scroll. A whisper of betrayal. One summer evening, as Rome buzzed with festivals, music, and the scent of roasted figs drifting through the streets, Marcus walked alone in his palace garden. The air was calm, yet his heart was restless. A trusted messenger arrived, eyes filled with worry. He bowed low. "Caesar, forgive the intrusion, but I bring grave news. One of your senators, a man once sworn to loyalty, now whispers betrayal. He smiles before you, but speaks daggers behind your back." The court expected Marcus to grow furious, to roar with suspicion, to call for guards and chains. But Marcus only raised his gaze toward the horizon, where the sun melted into gold. "Bring him to me," he said calmly. The senator's smile. The next morning, the senator arrived. Draped in fine robes, adorned with rings that gleamed in the torchlight, he walked with practiced grace. Bowing deeply, he declared, "Great Caesar, Rome prospers because of you. Under your reign, we thrive. Your wisdom is our shield, your justice our guide." The hall filled with nods and murmurs of approval. Many believed him. His voice was smooth, his words flawless, his smile dazzling. But Marcus Aurelius had learned long ago, words are cheap, gestures are costly. He began to study the man with the eye of a philosopher. The senator's hands trembled ever so slightly, betraying his nervousness. His gaze flickered sideways whenever Marcus praised another man's loyalty. His smile was wide, but his eyes lacked warmth. They glowed not with gratitude, but with calculation. In that moment, Marcus saw through the mask. The emperor speaks. Marcus did not accuse him outright. Instead, he stood and addressed the entire court. A man speaks with his tongue, but his body tells the greater truth. Watch his eyes. Do they shine with sincerity or with hunger? Listen to his tone. Does it flow with conviction or does it tremble with fear? And see how his hands move. Are they steady with honesty or restless with deceit? The hall fell silent. All eyes turned to the senator. His mask began to crack. His smile faltered. Sweat glistened on his brow. Marcus Aurelius looked at him calmly, not as an enemy, but as a teacher looks upon a pupil caught in error. The philosophy of reading people. Later that evening, Marcus sat with his son Commodus and his closest generals. They asked, "Caesar, how did you know? How can you read a man so swiftly?" Marcus replied with words that would echo through centuries. "Every man wears two faces, the one he shows to the world and the one he reveals when he thinks no one is watching. Most men judge by the first face. Few have the patience to wait for the second. But if you train your eye, you can see both at once." He leaned closer and continued, "Do not be deceived by flattery. Anyone may praise you with words while sharpening knives in secret. Instead, observe. Does his joy remain when others are praised? Do his words match his actions, or do they wander apart? Does he speak of unity, but his eyes betray division? If you watch closely, you will see that the soul cannot be hidden. The body always whispers what the tongue seeks to conceal." Patience over judgment. Though Marcus had uncovered the senator's true heart, he did not rush to condemn him. Instead, he waited. "Time," he told his guards, "is the truest judge. Let him reveal himself through his own deeds." And so it happened. Over weeks, the senator's plots surfaced. His alliances betrayed him, his letters exposed him, and his true intentions came crashing into light. Marcus Aurelius needed no harsh interrogation. The man had written his own confession, not with ink, but with action. The emperor's wisdom was clear. The truth always reveals itself, if only you are patient enough to see it. Lessons from Marcus Aurelius. From this moment in history, we learn profound lessons about how to read people instantly. 1. The eyes never lie. Marcus believed that while lips may shape falsehoods, the eyes betray the soul. Watch closely, for desire, fear, envy, and sincerity always flicker in the gaze. 2. Silence speaks when words stop. Pay attention. A pause, a hesitation, or a strained smile often says more than speeches. 3. Consistency is key. Marcus taught that actions and words must align. If a man's actions contradict his words, trust the actions. 4. Patience is power. Reading someone instantly does not mean rushing to judgment. It means observing so deeply that their truth becomes obvious, even in a single moment. 5. Detached from emotion, Marcus never let anger cloud his vision. He saw clearly because he remained calm. Emotion blinds, clarity reveals. Beyond Rome, lessons for us. Though centuries separate us from Marcus Aurelius, his wisdom remains strikingly relevant. In business, in friendships, in relationships, and in leadership, the ability to read others is priceless. Imagine sitting across from someone in a negotiation. Instead of being swayed by their words, you notice the tightening of their jaw, the shifting of their hands, the slight tremble in their tone. You know instantly whether they speak truth or disguise, or picture meeting someone new. While others are swept away by charm, you notice whether their eyes soften with kindness or sharpen with calculation. In an instant, you understand them more deeply than they wish to be understood. This is not magic. It is awareness. The same awareness Marcus Aurelius cultivated in the courts of Rome. The final reflection. One evening, long after the senator's betrayal had been revealed and justice delivered, Marcus returned to his journal. By candlelight, he wrote words that still guide us today. Examine the soul, strip away words, look past smiles, and you will find the root of a man. Ask not what he claims to be, but what he reveals when silence speaks. These words remind us, reading people is not about trickery, it is about presence, about being so attentive, so calm, and so patient that others cannot help but show you who they are. Outro, a call to curiosity. And so Marcus Aurelius, the emperor who ruled the greatest empire on earth, also mastered the empire of human nature. His legacy teaches us that every man, every woman, every soul is a book waiting to be read. Some write in bold words, others in whispers, but all reveal themselves if we look closely. So the next time you meet someone, do not rush. Do not simply hear their words. Watch. Listen, observe, and like Marcus Aurelius, you may find that you can read anyone instantly. If this story opened your eyes, imagine how much more wisdom lies ahead. Stay curious, stay observant, and let the lessons of the Stoics shape the way you see the world. Like this story? Then like and subscribe, because the next lesson might just change the way you see everyone around you.